guys? Eric here, product specialist with TOA Electronics, and welcome to another brand new episode of Sound Supply podcast that brings you guys everything you need to know when it comes to commercial AV. All right, we have an exclusive one for you guys here today. First off, we want to thank you guys for joining us during the webinar. And I got together with Jim and Dan, who gave us some insight on the topic relating to the webinar, and it's labeled the new workplace. And we all know what that is. Actually, we do and we don't. It depends on the business, but things are changing like we know. And we've put together a list of 10 questions you should ask to make sure your office audio system is optimized for the returning workplace or workforce, and this can mean a variety of different things. So we just kind of condensed it in. And let's start with number one, the first question. Again, these are coming straight from the source, Jim and Dan here at TOA. Dan, the engineering mastermind, and Jim, the design guru, the legend himself. So question number one, and that's change. And that's the first question you want to ask yourself, either dealing with a new installation or maybe troubleshooting. The list can go on and on. But in terms of optimization, going forward, when it comes to change, there are things you could change with a certain system or with a current system to reflect on the customer's current needs or demands and how they're actually conducting business in a different way. So when you're going onto sites, you want to make sure that the systems that you guys are working on are the correct systems for the current time. Maybe they haven't changed, which is rare, but if they have, make sure they have the right gear. And number two is change can also result in system failure. Now, these could be intentional changes. They could have been unintentional changes. Intentional meaning somebody came in, maybe added some speakers to a system, whatever that may be, a new source. It could be a variety of different things, but you want to make sure you're aware of those changes before you go on site and maintain the system. And the unintentional things could be end user intervention. It could be a contractor coming in and playing with some of the cabling, so many different things. So, when you guys get to site, when you're doing a pre-meeting with your clients and customers, make sure you understand any or all changes that were made from the last time you guys were there, or maybe they weren't in the office, or location. Property management might be able to provide you guys with information. The list goes on and on. Just make sure you're aware of the change. All right, number two. If you guys are in charge of IT, information technology, or audio, likely at certain sites, it's going to be a combination of both these days. It's going to be one guy or one department managing anything electronical, computers, audio, could be anything, right? Anything on the technical aspect. Make sure you have the right tools for the job, specifically analog tools. So we want to make sure you guys are equipped with an AC circuit tester, a voltmeter, an impedance bridge, an impedance meter, and of course, patience. We'll put that in the analog category as well. Number three, something that's overlooked potentially, I'm not 100% on this, but is do an inventory count. That could be on an end user or client level regarding your system and understanding what's currently installed and what may need to be pulled or changed or optimized. And I'm using this word very frequently during this, is optimization. I think that's where we have to focus on. And make sure that the company has, or you have, the proper equipment to work efficiently. And maybe it needs to be modified or changed. Maybe you have too much of something. Maybe you have too little of something. There could be doing an inventory, a proper inventory, will answer a lot of questions going down the road. So make sure you guys are doing inventories out there. All right, question number four. Would the addition of our, when I say our, I mean TOA, Meeting IO series products enhance your current business condition? What does that mean? Well, if you guys aren't familiar with our IO series, and I'll get into two examples in just a moment, They're essentially audio devices. They can contain microphones, they can contain output, which are speakers that make conversation in meeting situations, for example, Zoom rooms, huddle rooms, flex rooms, conference rooms, much more natural and much more the quality on those units are, from an entry level unit to our units, it's night and day when you hear the difference. And the technology of beam steering type microphones, which, for example, I'm using a dynamic mic here. I have to talk directly into this, pointed directly into this to be able to project or for it to pick up my audio effectively. With beam steering, they're high powered mics on a condenser level that automatically or can be set up to contour to a specific room or environment. If it's automatic, it'll actually follow the speaker to pick up their vocals and make it more natural. And that's the key here: is more natural, more professional. You want to make that as fluent as possible, as opposed to like following the mic around and making sure you're right. We don't want to do that. Absolutely not during a meeting, at least. So the AMCF one's an example, or Lanubio, as some may call it, the slang term. We know that's great. It's super clean looking. It's super modern. It cleans up an environment, frees up desk space. It's an all-in-one type solution. So it's a built-in I/O. It's got a mic on. The beam steering mic is on board, or microphones, multiple microphones are on board, and stereo output speakers for high-level output for larger type scenarios or smaller conference rooms. More for the smaller type huddle rooms, but great pieces. Could be used for individual use, could be used at home. Very flexible unit. Reliability, quality, audio, natural conversation, like I stated before. All these things tie into it. And then also a fifth question, I want to parry on to the fifth question, is a larger type conference room. So what do we have for that? Well, we have our AM1, which is our mic only unit, which could be used in a variety of different scenarios where you could place it pretty much anywhere in a room to be able to give you the optimized pickup. Lanubio is typically mounted under a display, much more simpler, cleaner. The AM1 is more of our flex point unit. So you might have a conference room with awful audio pickup. Well, guess what? We have a solution for that, and it's the AM1. So definitely keep that unit in mind. So those 2 points, 4 and 5, bases on our conferencing type I/O meeting type solutions that the world is leaning towards. Most of our meetings are held that way today, and we know this. We want to make sure that people can be clearly heard, and decisions can be made on a natural type level. All right, question number 6. Do you need to replace intercom or paging speakers? And a good example here that Dan brought up is in hallways or common areas. These are very common places that are overlooked: hallways, common areas, bathrooms, wherever. And we have a great economical, budget-friendly ceiling speaker that is our #1 seller when it comes to speakers, our PC580. If you guys aren't aware of this product, take a look. It's super affordable, can be mass distributed. Great, super simple, efficient unit that lasts forever as long as it's maintained. And it sounds fantastic. So for those jobs where you just need some clear sound at a lower level, distributed throughout a location, PC580, great unit. Question number 7, and I'll give you 2 examples here where this product series can actually benefit you guys. Do you have are the ceiling tile speakers in your boardroom, conference room, whatever that may be, producing hotspots where nobody is sitting and an intelligible noise where they are sitting? So it's kind of like the flip-flop. Perhaps your restaurant background audio can use an uplift. So dining, outdoor dining, dining, people want to get out, they want to dance, they want to have a good time. When I think about this range of speakers, and I'm talking about the F series lineup, I usually have music in the back of my mind. Nice, clean output, full range. Maybe they need some louder level out of location. These units go up to higher wattage as opposed to some of our other units. Again, the F-Series ceiling speakers, the F-Series box speakers. We have them in both ceiling and box. Broad coverage, great fidelity that will make an expensive system sound like it should. So maybe you guys got, a great mixer amp in there like the 9000, and maybe they didn't upgrade their speakers. Maybe they need more than the F-Series will do that. Like I said, people want to get out and have a good time. I'm thinking restaurants, bars, lounges, great addition to those locations. All right, question number 8, video. Okay, we're an audio company, but guess what, guys? We actually have a video door station and master station in our NSP80 lineup. So yeah, going forward, you might have requests for video intercom systems or door stations for entry. I see that being used very commonly is an entry type system. Well, guess what? Our NSP80 video intercom system has video on board. So we have our video door station, we have a standard door station, and then we have a master station, which receives or transmits that video for a true two-way experience. When you hear that word video, don't shy away from TOA. We do have a solution, and it's the NSP80. It's a fantastic solution. It could be as simple as a peer-to-peer type setup, or on a larger scale, you can integrate a SIP server. Very flexible, very cool. Check it out. That's our NSP80 video intercom system. All right, and last but not least, questions number 9 and 10 that you could ask yourselves if you're in a situation. We'll stick with the first example here, number 9, which is are you stuck in a design phase? Are you in a design phase where you're integrating our equipment, TOA, and you have questions? Well, guess what, guys? We offer free design from the source, direct from engineers Jim and Dan, who go above and beyond, when it comes to design service. I can't stress it enough. It's not only is it a great service from us here at TOA, but it allows you to understand what we can offer as a company and make sure you guys have that correct solution for your jobs. I could talk about this forever. We could do our own podcast on this, but we do offer free design. And number 10, if you're an integrator and you're on the site, or even if you're an end user, and you're on site and you're dealing with TOA gear, we offer free live support Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern time. From the guys I didn't mention, Andy, Rick, and myself are on the phones via email as well if you guys need us or if you can't reach us. But we're always available to chat. We love audio. We're passionate about it. We love what we do, and we're here to help. So just make sure you guys are aware of that. We offer free design service as well as free technical support as long as you're dealing with TOA equipment. All right, guys, that does it. Again, I just want to take this moment to thank you guys so much for being with us throughout these many, many months of digital communication, webinars, podcasts, meetings, you name it. We all just want to thank you for that. And hopefully this little exclusive list of 10 questions can help you guys out there. And, more. The name of the game here is to save time, save money, and to make sure everybody's happy on both ends of the spectrum: the seller, the manufacturer, the integrator, and of course, the customer. All right, guys, take care of yourselves and be good. We'll see you next week for another episode of Sound Supply. Take care.